understand that tariffs impacts on prices, hiring, and in some cases, their survival. These stories are highly impactful. It is hard not to empathize with the challenges they faced because of the new duties. And they're just the tip of the iceberg. Last week, more than 500 small businesses sent a letter to every member of Congress to make it crystal clear we pay the tariffs. There is no free tariff money from foreign governments. It comes from American and creates nothing but bad options, especially for small businesses that don't have tens or hundreds of thousands of dollars just lying around to pay extra taxes. In just a few days, that signer list has grown to more than 650 small businesses. They're located from Maine to San Diego, Alaska to Puerto Rico, and everywhere in between. You can see that whole list, whether you want to see it as a map or an actual list of the companies on our website, or if you're a small business, you can add your name at wepaythetariffs.com. We are fortunate that several small businesses here are eager to share their stories today. And so without further ado, I'd like to introduce Alex Wolf, owner of Spielcraft Games in Omaha, Nebraska.
Hi, my name is Alex Wolf. I'm the owner of Spielcraft Games in Omaha, Nebraska, as you know. We're an independent board game publisher and development studio. Our mission is to bring people together in the real world through games. We manufacture our products in China because there really isn't a feasible domestic option. I sell most of my games through crowdfunding, so we placed an order after selling more than 1,000 copies of a game, and we placed the order before knowing about the tariffs, and by the time manufacturing was completed, we faced a surprise 20% tax, which I had to pay out of pocket. The planned profit for all of those sales disappeared at that point. Designing and developing games takes years, so I've already invested years of my life and my savings into future products for the company, and I simply don't know what they're going to cost because of the way that the tariffs are being implemented right now. So it's impossible to know whether my future sales will actually be profitable or will put me out of business. The way I see it, the way the tariffs are being implemented is antithetical to the ideals of freedom and the pursuit of happiness. And when I suddenly learned that the government is willing to take away everything that I've built in my business by taxing a transaction that I made in the past, it shook my confidence. But I still believe that this country is the greatest country on earth, and I still have faith that lawmakers will have some courage and ultimately do the right thing.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you, Alex. Thank you.
Next up, Tiffany Williams, owner of Luggage Shop of Lubbock.
Sorry. That is always a mouthful. Sometimes I wonder why we named that our store. But hi, I'm Tiffany Zarfus Williams. I'm the third generation owner of my family's luggage store in Lubbock, Texas, a store my grandfather opened in 1951. I grew up working for both my mom, my grandmother, and my dad in the store, but I've owned the store since 2005. And next year, we are incredibly grateful and blessed to celebrate our 75th anniversary. Thank you. I know. Yay. Thank you.
Way to go. Way to go.
Very, very thankful and grateful for that. But today I'm here to talk about tariffs and how they're impacting small retailers like me. Hopefully, as you listen to me talk, that you'll think about that small business in your own community, that small business you love going and shopping at. I'm speaking for them as well as I speak for myself here. But tariffs have been impacting small retailers like me across the country. Travel goods and luggage were some of the first items with tariffs back in 2018. So we've been on this tariff journey for quite a while now. Our industry did a really great job of trying to diversify in their supply chain. Back in 2018, over 80% of travel goods were made in China. And that number's down to 47%. For this, we are grateful. But many of those countries that our brands move to now face even higher tariffs than they do in China. So it's been a struggle for them as well. Specialty stores like mine, we're indirect importers. We rely on other U.S. companies and U.S. brands to import the products we sell. So I don't really have a choice in the price of the goods that I sell. I need to match the pricing that they sell them at. I will tell you, like in the last 3 months, out of the top 20 brands in our store that we carry that, account for like 80% of our business, we have had 17 of those have had price increases. What does this mean for our store? I know we all keep using the word uncertainty, but it continues to mean a lot of uncertainty for us. Yes, I think customers are still going to travel, but will they be traveling as much? When they decide to travel, are they going to buy a new suitcase? Or will they just use the one they have one more time? And then when they do buy a suitcase, what price do they pay for that suitcase as that price has gone up? And, so many other things in their world are going to be costing more as well. So it's hard to plan as a small business and to know what to expect in the future with those kinds of situations. We understand, or I do understand and respect my president's desire to have good trade policy. We've been asked to weather the short-term pain for the long-term gain. But I've just had a hard time seeing exactly what the long term looks like and exactly what that means. And is it worth the risk of losing small local businesses like ours in the process? The small businesses in your communities, they support your local economy. They add flavor and fun, and they're the ones who, buy, or support the Little League and give items to auctions. Those are small businesses that do those things for you. And so it's important that we remain here and that we get to stay here. But tariffs make it hard for us to do that. And so I appreciate you taking the time to listen to me today, the story of a little small retail store in Lubbock, Texas. But I also want to remind you, please remember to shop small wherever you live and to support those local retailers. But thank you so much. Appreciate it. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Tiffany. Next up, we have Lori Sebastian and Mike Buckley from Mike's Organic Curries.
Thank you. Oops. Thank you. Hello, my name is Michael Bucci, and this is my wife, Lori. And together we own Mike's Organic Curry Love. We make Thai curries. Everything is organic. Thai curries, Thai sauces. We import coconut cream and noodle sets. Everything 100% comes from Thailand, and we've been doing this since 2008. And the grocery business is pretty tough without tariffs. And the tariffs that we have to pay now make it basically impossible to continue the business. I've had to stop ordering product from Thailand because I just can't really afford to pay the tariffs that are necessary, and also we wouldn't make any profit. So our business is most likely going out of business, and that makes us sad. And we're sold in Whole Foods and Harris Teeter, Mom's Organics Market. So go get it now while you can, because I don't know how much longer it's going to be there. Lori, you want to say anything?
We just appreciate the support that we've received the last 17 years, and we hope that there's a way for these policies to a turnaround, because we'd like to stay doing what we're doing. This is our passion and our livelihood.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Mike and Lori. Next up, we have Travick McMaster, president of Cocoon in Wenatchee, Washington.
Thanks, Dan. Man, put this here. We are a 36-year-old travel goods and outdoor brand. And I first want to thank Tiffany for being here to give retailers a voice, because it trickles down to them. And she's also been a customer of ours for over 2 decades.
Wow.
So this is serendipity. Thank you, Tiffany. So we are a small business. My son, 26 years old, runs our warehouse. My wife is our marketing manager. And because we are smaller and nimble, we can do some things to our advantage that larger companies can't, right? Changing supply chain, changing countries, it's like riding the Titanic with a large corporation. But I kind of outsmarted myself this time. Get out of China. We've been working with the same factory since 1991, before China was a dirty word. Visited the factory last fall with my son. Working conditions are amazing. We're not a less expensive commodity product. We pay a fair wage for all these years. We're a premium product. And I heard the call, get out of China, so I looked for some resources. We have a manufacturer in India that's produced some of our products over the years, and he's wanted more of our business. It was a good opportunity. And a 7% tariff, it was probably a business decision we should have done 10 years ago. But here I am, switched some manufacturing to India for one of our largest retailers around the country with 195 doors. And then at the end of July, I got 3 days notice that the tariffs will be more than the China tariffs. So here we are, did the right thing, shifted out of China to a country where things were, there was opportunity. We need to put a stop to these quick changes. Our business isn't run on a whim, and our country shouldn't either. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you for coming all the way. Thank you.
Thanks, Travis. And now, last but certainly not least, Senator Maria Cantwell. She's been a great supporter of many trade issues. Trade is a critical issue for Washington State, and we're so thankful that she's here today and helping us raise this awareness.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Well, I want to thank all of you for joining us today, but particularly the small businesses that are here, that are the backbone of the U.S. economy. More than 75% of job growth comes from small businesses. And what we're hearing today is that they are straining under the effects of these tariffs. I want to thank the National Retail Federation and the American Apparel and Footwear Association for helping get this event organized. And a special thanks to those businesses who've traveled from my state, Travis McMaster, who you just heard from, Mike Bundridge from Seattle's Acme Foods, and Laura Linden McGregor from Peterson Cheese in Auburn. I want to be clear. Small businesses are paying the Trump tariff. Small businesses are the ones who are being impacted, and you heard their stories, and my colleagues on Capitol Hill need to heed this advice and do something to put Congress back in charge. If relief doesn't come fast enough, millions of jobs will be lost and livelihoods will be decimated. And I thought these small businesses did a fabulous job of talking about what each of them bring to the innovation, to the diversity, and to the products that they are delivering to a customer base. So thank you for that. I don't want to lose that in the American economy. We are standing here in front of the Supreme Court. In the next few weeks, justices will decide whether President Trump has the authority to arbitrarily impose those tariffs. The U.S. Court of International Trade has already said, no, he does not. They have already said the president's tariffs are illegal. The Court of Appeals for the Federal Circuit agreed. The president does not have this authority to impose these tariffs. And we can thank small businesses because they brought the court cases to the lower courts. So thank them for leading the charge on this issue. These are the same cases that are before the Supreme Court today. Let's be clear. Article 1, Section 8 of the U.S. Constitution gives Congress the authority over tariffs. What is there to interpret? The power of tariffs rests with the U.S. Congress. The founders were clear, and now these lower courts have been clear, and they have said that these tariffs on the International Emergency and Economic Powers Act cannot be used in this way, that the president has acted too broadly with his power. So we need the Supreme Court to also weigh in and think about the livelihoods of these businesses that are before us today, the impact on America's economy. They can't absorb this tax. You can't run a business with this level of disruption or uncertainty. And we need Congress to step in and rein this back from this White House. These people want to create more jobs. They want to innovate. They want to have the capital that is necessary to do that. But the Trump tariffs, an actual tax on their business, is making them close their doors. You deserve stability and certainty, and I want to fight every day until you get it. The Supreme Court must end these tariffs. The president must follow the law. Small businesses must be repaid for the illegal tariffs. So I join you in saying loud and clear that the president's first tariff policies are wrong. Small businesses and consumers can't afford to pay the price, and it's wrong for our economy. So let's make sure that everyone on Capitol Hill hears this message. Let's get our members of Congress in the United States Senate and the House of Representatives to go back to the Cantwell-Grassley legislation and say this is an authority of Congress and only can be approved if these policies come through Congress first. Thank you all very much.